I like chocolate. I like running. I like watching GSL-English on YouTube. All of these things might be true, but we need to stop saying I like all the time. It's boring. So welcome back to GSL-English. My name is Gideon, and in today's lesson, I am going to give you some alternative ways to say that you like something or someone. But why? Well, whether it's in a conversation or an exam, we often get asked questions about things we like. For example, what food do you like? What do you like to do at the weekends? What do you like to do in your spare time? And the way that we answer these questions is a great indication of our current level of English and fluency. If we are always answering these questions with simply, I like, it doesn't really give a lot of information. If we think about that expression, I like, it could mean that we just like something a little bit. It could mean that we like it, or it could mean that we really like something, but it doesn't give a lot of information. And also, when we just say, I like something, there's not really a lot of emotion. There's not a lot of feeling, and there's not a lot of depth to what we are saying. So we're going to look at some alternatives to change that. Let's get straight into it and look at the first alternative, which is simply, I love. I love. Now, when we say that we love something, it's a little bit different than saying that we love someone. It's not that type of love. For example, if I say, I love chocolate, we don't love chocolate the same way we would our husband, wife, children, parents. Maybe you do, but that's between you and chocolate. But generally, it's a different kind of love, isn't it? So when we say that we love something, we are just saying that we really, really like it very much. So let's take the question, what is your favorite snack? Okay, you could say, I like chocolate. It's fine. It might be true. It is certainly true of me. I do like chocolate. But what about when we say, I love chocolate? I love chocolate. Simply replacing like with love adds more information. We now know that that person really does like chocolate. But also, it adds more emotion, it adds more feeling, it adds more depth to what we are saying. And another example, we could use it to talk about a film. If somebody said, what is your favorite film? You could say, I like Star Wars. But let's change it. I love Star Wars. It gives more information, more feeling, and it encourages and promotes the conversation to continue. So that is the first alternative. If we really do like something very much, give more information by saying, I love. And not only does it give more information, it gives feeling, depth, and emotion to what we are talking about. So there you go. The first alternative, I love. Okay. The next one we are going to look at is I'm really into. I'm really into. Now, when we say that we are into something, we are saying that we are keenly interested in it. We like it. But in this expression, we included the adverb really. And in this context, really means very much. So when we say that we are really into something, we are saying that we very much like something, and we can use this to respond to questions about our hobbies, spare time, film, TV, to say that we are really into it. For example, something that I am really into at the moment is Lego. Now I know I'm a grown man, but recently I've had this love of Lego come back to me. So I'm really into it. I'm keenly interested in it. I like it. So if someone said, what do you like to do at the moment in your spare time? Oh, I'm really into Lego. Rather than just saying, I like Lego, I'm really into, keenly interested in doing something. And we can also use this to talk about maybe a TV series that we are currently watching. We are really interested in it. We want to see what happens. So if somebody asks you, what are you watching on TV at the moment? Oh, I'm really into this new series. I really like it. I'm keenly interested. So there's the second alternative. I'm really into, meaning that we very much like a particular thing. Okay, the third alternative is this. I'm partial to. I'm partial to. Now, I particularly like this alternative because it sounds very official. It sounds very businesslike, very formal or regal, if you will. If we are partial to something or someone, of course it means that we really do like what we are talking about. But usually we like it more than something else that has been presented. To illustrate, imagine that we are at a restaurant. We are looking through the menu, and generally there's quite a few options on that menu. We could say, oh, I like all of the food here, but I'm particularly partial to the roast dinner. So you've been presented with a few options on the menu, but you particularly like their roast dinner. So we often use I'm partial to when a decision has to be made, when a few options have been presented to us, but we want to highlight the one that we particularly like. So great alternative to just saying I like, I'm partial to, but particularly when we're talking about a specific option amongst a few others. Okay, so the next alternative that we are going to look at is particularly British, and that is it's right up my street. Right up my street. What does it mean? Well, when we say that something is right up our street, it means that we particularly like it. It is just for us. You know, whatever we are talking about, it's right up our street. We really like it. And we often use this expression in response to being asked if we specifically enjoyed or liked something. For example, let's imagine that we all go to the cinema together. There's a group of us, we watch the film, we walk out of the film, then somebody says, did you like that film? Oh yeah, it was right up my street. Again, rather than just saying, yeah, I liked it, kind of conversation over. Yeah, it was right up my street, meaning of course that we liked it, we were interested in it, and we enjoyed it. So again, another alternative to use when something is specifically of interest to us. So because of that reason, we particularly liked it. Now, this next one we are going to look at is particularly nice. It adds a lot of emotion and feeling, and it is, I have a soft spot for. I have a soft spot for. We particularly use this alternative when we are talking about someone. If we have a soft spot for someone, it means that we really like that person. We have a great deal of affection for them. We care about them. So there might be someone at work that we just have a soft spot for. We have a lot of affection for them. Maybe it's someone locally where we live that we see around the village. Or maybe it's someone in our friends group that we just particularly feel a lot of affection and care for. Maybe you can think of that person in your life. But when we say that we have a soft spot for someone, it doesn't always mean that we are romantically interested in that person. It just means that we care about them. They have a place in our heart. You know, we feel affection for them. And this is a great alternative for just saying, I like someone, which if we say that, can be very much misinterpreted to mean something completely different. So you have to be careful with that one. But by just saying, I have a soft spot for them, means that you care about them. Maybe they are just always nice to you, or you like something about their personality. I have a soft spot for whoever it is. And it doesn't just have to be someone we know. Sometimes there's an actor or a public figure or somebody that we see on the TV or we hear on the radio or on podcasts that we just have a soft spot for. Do you know what I mean? We all have people like that, a particular actor that we just feel affectionate about. We just care about. Of course, we don't know that person personally, at an intimate level, but we just have a soft spot for them. They have a little place in our heart. So we're not always talking about romantic relationships, just somebody that we have affection for and care for. Okay, and the last one we are going to look at is I'm fond of. I'm fond of. Now, if we just take that adjective fond in the middle, again, you're going to guess what it means. Just that we really like something. So if we are fond of something, we like it. Again, it has the same meaning, but just adds more depth to our English. For example, something that I like to do is driving. I love driving. If I'm ever going out with my friends and family, I will always offer to drive. So if somebody says, Gideon, do you mind driving this evening? No, I'm fond of driving. I like it. So it is a little bit more formal, a little bit more official, but again, it's a superb alternative. I'm fond of. We can use it to talk about something or a person, whatever it is. I'm fond of it. I particularly like something. So there you go. We've looked at a few different alternatives there. Now, please don't get me wrong. There's not a problem with saying I like, but if we want to improve our English, if we want to improve our fluency, we have to have alternative expressions. We want to use the language to help us convey emotion, feeling. We want to add depth to what we are saying, but also we want to give more information, which simply saying I like does not. That is why we have looked at these alternatives. So try using them over the next week, or as a task, answer these 3 questions using some of those alternatives. Okay? What is your favorite food? What do you like to do at the weekend? What is your favorite hobby? Now, try using those alternatives to answer those 3 questions and see how much it does add feeling, emotion, depth, and information. But also, when we use these alternatives, instead of just saying, I like, it promotes conversation. And that is what we want to do. So there you go. Please let me know in the comments, which one of these alternatives are you going to try using? Can you think of any more? I mean, there are tons more that I didn't have time to put in this video, but let me know in the comments if you can think of any more. If you enjoyed this video today, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe and enable notifications. But there you go. I hope you enjoyed today's lesson. I'll see you all very soon. Have a good one, guys.